What's up, everybody? Another bonus episode, the Collective Advantage podcast. Man, I'm happy to be here. I love recording, dude.
Me too. Me too. Guys, we are glad to have you here with us. We are just stoked at all the support. Like every comment, every like, every share, every whatever subscription, follow, we love it. Keep bringing more, keep commenting, keep engaging. What we're doing here is really starting to show its value. So like we really are glad we're making a difference for some people. We love you. We appreciate everything that you do, and we really appreciate your time. So thanks for joining us. What you got for me, dude?
I mean, not a whole lot. It's been it's been a slow week, dude. I've been really on like a Bob Lazar kick. Are you familiar with Bob Lazar?
He's the alien guy.
Yeah. So they just made like a sort of a documentary about like his time in Area 51, where he was like he was a like engineer, and they hired him to come and like help on a project in Area 51. But it goes through him like working on like reverse engineering an alien craft.
Yeah.
And so the story's been out for a long time, and I think he's like pretty credible as far as like these kinds of stories go. But what's new is that they've used like AI and CGI to recreate like the images and sort of like show you exactly what he saw. Like it's a really cool look at like the actual like spaceship, like the flying saucer, and the systems that he worked on. Like he worked on the propulsion system.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating.
Was he the one you were telling me about that had like the I think it was you. But anyways, the partner that had like died because of exposure to something he was working on or something?
Yeah, that's like the guy that he was hired to replace had some kind of accident. And like they never really explained to him exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is that they were working on this like propulsion core, and there was some sort of accident.
Yeah.
Which is very fascinating. It's creepy. It's like it's creepy in the aspect of like they're playing with technology that they don't really understand.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's just like any other venture where you've not been before,
Yeah.
you know, especially with like radiation and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you never know what it could be. Dude, speaking of all of this, have you seen, I know by the time this comes out, like it's going to be a little bit of like an older topic, but it's like all those scientists that are dying in relation to this sort of technology or studies or whatever.
Yeah, dude. That's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, like, if they're just kind of, like, making stuff up. I don't know. But, like, it seems like anybody directly tied to the files being released on this extraterrestrial activity and studies and stuff,
Yeah.
they're all dying.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know what to think of it. It's weird.
Well, I was watching Ninjas, and one of the guys had a really good perspective on it. Well, not a good perspective, but, like, it was Andrew or whatever, the dude who's, like, the Asian guy.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, he was like, well, maybe it's not like nefarious bad things that are happening to these people. Like maybe they're dedicating their life to these studies knowing that this is going to be what happens. And instead of, now this is all theoretical,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of like the guys dying unexpectedly, like they're dying because of like exposure to these things, but they're just calling it something else in order to protect the science.
Could be. It could be that none of them are actually dead.
That's what I was thinking too.
It could be that they're missing and they're in some sort of like protective custody or something.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
they've given them a new name and a new life
Mm-hmm.
to like protect them.
Yeah. I think we forget about that a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, this was now. I mean, if it's somebody that's like evil, doing evil things, then that's different. But like, if it's like a witness or something, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we forget that could be an option.
It's interesting.
Yeah, wild. But dude, it's been crazy. Now that has been crazy.
Yeah.
And then I think we won the war again.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's such a joke, dude.
Yeah. Who knows? We'll get it figured out.
Yeah, I did see. It was weird. Like they were talking about the reason for invading Iran being some old like looking for the artifacts and stuff that are there. Like that's really what we're doing. And I was like, dang, that'd be cool, man. If that was what, not like we're killing these people, that wouldn't be cool. But like, if it was not like
there's some like Indiana Jones action.
yeah,
going on.
yeah, like looking for the crystal skull or something.
That doesn't make any sense to me, but sure.
It doesn't to me either. But supposedly it's like these holy lands or whatever that we were going in to get. Which I mean, there's no doubt about it. The Middle East is very significant when it comes to prior, like religious events. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But that there's got to be stuff over there. You know what I mean? I have always wanted to go over there, not to Iran, but like to like Israel and stuff and all that, and look at all of that. Not for like Israel stuff, like politics, but like I just feel like it would be like a very profound thing to be in that area.
Yeah, like it'd be cool to see like the Garden of Gethsemane and like be where like Jesus like prayed.
Yeah,
That'd be neat.
yeah. I was listening to a video the other day, and he was talking about how he was talking about like Capernaum or whatever, and how the modern city is in the same location that the ancient one was. Like they unearthed a bunch of stuff. Like it's really neat. You know what I mean? Because obviously, like we forget that cities and stuff weren't necessarily locations all the time that were set. It was the people that are moving around. Like sometimes they would move their little village around because like whether it be weather or war or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So like obviously the exact location of the city today that's called whatever the city name may not be the same one that it's speaking about then because people moved around so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
But I think it's super neat to just like that we have the ability, granted I've never done it, but like we have the ability to read these accounts of what happened and go back to the area where they actually happened.
Yeah.
Like he was saying, this pastor was saying that they unearthed, I mean, this is an old video. I think it's like 5 years old. But he was like, he was talking about the synagogue in Capernaum where he was speaking and that they found the exact, like the one. Now, I don't know what verifies that that's the exact one they're talking about Jesus was in, but like.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of like malarkey that goes on with all that sometimes.
You think so?
I think sometimes they're kind of wishy-washy on the details and just go, this is the one, everybody come visit.
Now, I will say like the, in that Case for Christ book, like there's inscriptions on these structures. Like it's not like a bank building today. Where it'll be like a big sign. Like it'll be like an inscription on the building itself. Like hieroglyphics, basically.
Yeah.
Not hieroglyphics, but same concept. Like
that reminds me, like, I'd like to visit Egypt one day. Like, I want to see those pyramids, dude.
Me too.
There ain't no way those pyramids were built by, like, Hebrew slaves.
Dude, me and Mason had this conversation. I mean, like, all of our shift did at debrief. One day shift was there. But he's like, dude, they had thousands of years to do it.
Dude,
he's
get
like,
out of here.
You get the right people in thousands of years. He goes, and he's like, you got to think as a pharaoh, you have no, like you don't care about the servants or anything, or the slaves. So you're going to just work them to death and somebody falls over, you swap them. He's like, you have thousands of years, you can do that. I was like, no way.
There are pieces of stone that the pyramid is made out of that weigh multiple tons.
Yeah.
And they can track that kind of stone isn't anywhere near where the pyramids are at.
The quarry is like that. It could have came from like 500
hundreds of miles away. Yeah. Dude, there's no way.
That's what I said. He is fully convinced.
I don't think they built it. I think they found it.
And I'm like, Mason, bro, we cannot recreate that today.
With the like surgical precision with which it's like constructed.
Yeah.
Or like you look like the Sphinx. The Sphinx is more perfectly symmetrical than like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Like it was sculpted with a precision that we're not capable of with modern technology.
Exactly. And a lot of people are like, well, if you have Mason's arguments are, dude, if you have thousands of years, you can make anything happen.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
It's been thousands of years and we still can't do it.
Exactly. It's, dude.
Or that's like the thing, like the Incas. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Incas have like pyramids in South America.
Yeah.
So you can see like these structures that were built, these like temples and pyramids. And then you look at the villages that the Incas lived in, and it's two totally different styles of building.
Yeah.
And they've even found like texts, I believe texts, or maybe like there's an oral tradition. I'm not sure exactly, but like the ancient Incas said that they found those pyramids.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't build them. Somebody else built them, and they like found it and then built everything else around it.
Well, see, and that's the thing too, is like, we had the flood.
Yeah.
So it wiped everything out, but maybe it just didn't wipe that out. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I can see how like the structures would still be standing.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, so it makes you think, dude. Like society and like there's all those theories about maybe people got to a point similar to where we're at today.
Yes.
And ended up like wiping themselves out.
Yeah.
And then we had like, we forgot that knowledge and we were back to like the Stone Age.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes you wonder, like, how many times have we been on this trajectory? And then like, there's these like peaks and troughs of society and technology.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to think about.
But it's possible. I mean, look at that's why like things like AI and whatnot, that makes me like worry.
Yeah,
because it seems like
it
a
makes me
tool.
wonder
It
if we're
could
getting
be
close to a peak and we're about to drop
well,
off.
it could be a tool of our destruction. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little silly, or not silly, but it's crazy. Like, I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about this new AI that the creators gathered up all of these like higher end people like on Wall Street and stuff, and they had a meeting. They were like, look, this is the program that we're fixing to release. It's on a new level. I forget what it's called. It's like the most superior AI program as far as like cybersecurity and stuff goes. But it was able to breach all of their cybersecurity, all of it.
Yeah.
And they're like,
and that's just like a regular AI.
Exactly.
Dude, can you imagine? Are you familiar with like quantum computing?
No. I've heard of quantum computers, but I don't know anything about them.
I'm a little fuzzy on the details.
Yeah.
But the idea is that like through like quantum physics, like it solves things so quickly that it's almost like as if it like bends reality. So the idea is like you ask it a question and the computer makes it so that the question was always answered in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but allegedly we have it or we're close to it. It's being worked on.
Well, that's what they call that
computing.
that ghost murmur we talked about. It's quantum magnetometry.
Yes. It's like quantum technology exists for sure. But like the idea is that
I forgot to turn that speaker off.
But the idea being that like if a normal AI can like break through that encryption, just running like a regular computer.
Yeah.
A quantum computer can do it like that, like hundredths of a second.
Which is insane.
If not faster. Like, it's crazy. That's insane.
Well, and with the quantum murmur deal, like essentially, I don't know if it's like a footprint that you're leaving as an individual, like your specific heartbeat and stuff. They're able to pinpoint that it's you, or there's that it's a human rhythm. You know what I'm saying? But it would make sense. Like all of our watches read our heartbeat constantly. So it's almost as if, because this is on our phone, you know what I'm saying? So like, and your smartphone, like it reads your, every time you touch it, it can read your heartbeat and stuff through that touch, which is, we don't think about a lot, you know?
Yeah.
But if yours is specific to you, just like your fingerprints, then that means at any point, anytime, using an AI program, you could be located at any time.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean,
that's like a big plot point. And I don't think you've read any of Jack Carr's books.
I have not.
But there is a character in the book that is a quantum computer AI. And it's interesting to see like the possibilities that really exist with that. Because basically it can find anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
Like you just ask it like, hey, where's this guy? And it just happens in the book like the main character's using it to try to find like a terrorist.
Yeah.
Like the idea that it can find you like that.
Yeah.
By like a crazy, like redundant, like set of means. Like even if you don't have a phone or your phone's in like a Faraday bag or like you've gone through all these steps, there's people around you that have phones out. So unless you're in like a bunker, underground somewhere, it can find you. Like it will link to a cell phone in your vicinity and use facial recognition. Like that is already being done.
Yeah. 100%.
It's insane. We live in a crazy world.
Yeah. It's like, I know I've said it before, but in The Dark Knight, whenever like when he has that big thing and it's like using the echolocation off the phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. You telling me that's not real?
Absolutely.
Or a version of something like that has to be.
Or something better.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. It's insane.
Dude, I've seen tools, not us, but the feds that helped us look for people.
Yeah.
Dude, their tech's crazy.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of, I don't want to say like surveillance, but I guess it would be considered surveillance that there is in the United States is unreal.
Yes. We're being watched at all times.
Well, yeah. Think about the grid that you're on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why my hat's really itching me. But yeah, think about the grid that you're on. Everywhere you go, there are cameras in department stores. There's cameras in restaurants. There's cameras on houses. There's cameras on the Ring doorbell cameras.
Yes.
All of these cameras that are everywhere, and I have some in my house, are all connected via the internet.
Yeah.
So that tells me that a security breach, which obviously there's technology that we just talked about that can breach any security, they can access those cameras anywhere. And it may not be the government per se, but it could be anybody who possesses power over technology.
I couldn't think of anybody more terrifying to have that power than the government.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not necessarily government. It could be like some bad actor. There's no worse actor than the federal government.
Yeah, I mean yes.
And that's who has it. That's who designed it. That's who implemented these things. That should make you like furious.
Especially when you combine that with the Patriot Act.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that was like our insane spiral.
And like the way they treated Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden is a hero.
That's the guy who was the
he's the one that came out, and blew the whistle on the Patriot Act, and then the fact that the NSA was reading people's emails and like keeping tabs on people with no warrants, with no probable cause, like that's insane.
Well, that's what I'm getting at is like the Patriot Act allows all that, but it's like they were like, okay, let's get a way to get this out in the public light. Yeah. For some reason, they were already doing it.
Yeah.
Look at what it's done to people. Think about how sharp you were in high school.
I was not. I've always been bad at math.
Okay.
But I take your
you get what I'm
your
saying.
meaning,
Though.
yeah.
But like, when your teacher used to say, you're not always going to have a calculator. Well, now you do.
She was wrong.
But think about it. Like, some people can't even add up like double-digit numbers as adults.
That is pretty depressing.
Yeah.
My wife counts on her fingers. She does math like this.
That's okay.
I make fun of her for it. Can you pass me the Zins?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Crazy.
But what I'm saying is we don't have a dependence on needing to know how to do things. You know what I mean? Like, think of all the stories that some older people, and think of older people in your life, right?
Yeah.
Or like multiple generations back. Like my dad, 2 generations from me, because he's my papa or whatever. But like, the amount of information he had to remember just to function was a lot higher than what we do now. So like,
I think people just knew less back then.
I wouldn't say they knew less, but they had to remember more. See what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't just be like, oh shoot, what was that?
Yeah, but you also
What
kind
was
of had
that
to
recipe?
be like picky about what you remember.
No, but what? I think we're speaking 2 different languages right now. What I'm saying is like a cooking recipe, for instance.
Yeah.
Raven goes to my dad all the time, and she's like, "Oh, I need the recipe for this," and he's like, "Oh, well, it's a cup of this, a quarter teaspoon of this. You add in this here, and you got." She's like, "Well, hold on, I'll just look it up." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like he remembers all that because they had to. You know what I mean? I mean, he didn't have to. They had cookbooks, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Yes.
We have an overdependence.
There is a way that
on
we
the internet.
have like we've offloaded our memory onto machines.
Yeah.
But I think there's certain people like I think everybody remembers the things that are important to them. Especially like in their job, their daily tasks. But I also think there's people that do probably abuse the ability to offload the necessity to memorize things.
Well, and it's the person that's not really doing much. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of sit around and play video games. And I love playing video games, don't get me wrong. But, like, there's other things that got to be done, like, in a society. Like, you used to have to work your butt off just to live.
Yeah.
Now, it's like we were talking about the other day, like, you can just order something and it's at your door in a matter of a couple of hours. And some places, some cities, in a few minutes.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Like the whole theory behind the 15-minute cities or whatever. Have you heard all that?
No.
It's the theory that, again, it is just a theory, but like the government is pushing, like, so they're pushing for things that are going to drive the cost of oil and things higher, which means people are going to be traveling less. So they're going to need to be in areas that are like more like congregated, like tight, more compressed.
More walkable.
Yeah. So it's the whole idea behind the fact that the government's got this big push for EV, like electric vehicles, right? Because they're all heavily invested in all that.
Yeah.
And their big push for that is, well, these cars are not designed to go super far. Like a Tesla goes like 300 miles. I'm sure there's further ones, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, whereas a gas vehicle, you can get 400 or 500 miles out of a tank. And realistically, I'm sure on the first charge you have on a brand new battery on an EV, you're going to get pretty far, but it's going to diminish. Your car is going to diminish in the amount that it can travel on a full battery charge.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a phone.
I believe that.
It's a lithium battery. You know what I mean? So the theory is that they're trying to manipulate it to where, since they're so heavily invested in these EVs, they're going to like shun the use of fossil fuels and stuff, and like make it difficult for the average American citizen to be able to afford gasoline or diesel or whatever. And they're going to try and create these little 15-minute cities where everything's in a walking distance. And it's like DC. We could have walked to anything when we were there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they're pushing for that because if you congregate the people together like that, compress them all together like a thing of sardines, then they're easy to manipulate and control. You don't see the outside world.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
It's
neat.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a little terrifying, but it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, well, you can say like they're doing this, and that all would line up with that sort of theory. Because Trump at one point had said, I forget what he called them. It's like a super city or something, or I can't remember, but he said the term for it.
Yeah. Pretty concerning.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, I don't either. And it also, like, it's when you really, so like, think about it. Like when we drove to DC.
Yeah.
Think about how much we're always like, oh, everybody's always condensed and there's so many people and there's just not enough space for people. And then you travel like that.
Yeah.
And there's like nothing forever. And it really opens your eyes up to how much land is not used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or that's
Absolutely.
used for farming or whatever. And like the majority, especially in the US, the majority of the land is not inhabited. You know what I'm saying? The majority of it. Like we're not even close to like putting a dent in things where like we affect the climate. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's so insignificant.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We think we are the universe and the world and we are what everything revolves around, but really we're just a little speck of dust.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's interesting to think about.
Yeah. It's wild when you put it in perspective like that.
Yeah.
Cuz like whenever like the Bible says like you've been created from dust and dust you shall return or whatever, that's really all you are. It's just a little bitty speck.
Yeah.
You know?
Like even literally, like I don't like the idea of like being embalmed and just like existing as like a flesh like body.
It still breaks down though.
I understand that, but you're also like in a casket and you're like it's not natural. I want to be like part of the nitrogen cycle, dude. So like well it's like in Lion King when like what's the dad's name? Mufasa?
Sure.
No.
Simba's the baby.
Mufasa is talking to Simba and he's like, look, like we eat the antelope, but one day like we're gonna die and we become grass. And the antelope eats the grass. Like explain to him like that's the circle of life.
Yeah.
Like I think we all belong in the circle of life.
Mm-hmm.
And we have, I don't know how we got here, what changed like culturally, but I don't like the idea of like being like buried and like my bones kept in a box forever. Like I want to return to the earth and like replenish it.
So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but like members of my family, they are so like, they want to make sure that they're like buried and stuff because they believe
that
they're
heard
going
that
to be
before.
like resurrected.
Yeah.
In that specific body.
That's
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if we'll be resurrected in this spot. Like if Jesus is like how he came back in a perfect body. So that's why his was that same body rose from the dead. You see what I'm saying?
I don't really buy into that.
You don't?
That we're going to come back in the same body?
No, yeah. No, I'm saying I was talking about Jesus.
Oh, no. Yes. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
And like, I think that was like necessary for like the burden of proof of like, here's the tomb. So this stone was rolled away, all that. But like, no, I don't think it's natural to sit with your remains in a box forever. I want to be eaten, dude. Like it's like I would joke around with Grace. I would tell her like when I die, like I want to be cremated and then just mix me in with the kid, like the chicken feed. Like I just want to be, you know, like I am a natural being in my body. I don't want this body to return to the natural order.
You're a strange cat. No, I mean, like, I'm not saying, I guess it's not weird.
Like, in a way, like,
saying.
You live on in nature. Like, you become part of nature. Like, my body will disintegrate and become nitrogen in the soil that nourishes the plants. So then I become the plants. So then I become...
But that's not even you, though, is what I'm saying.
Right. It's not me, like, my soul, like, the person that I am. But my vessel,
Yeah.
I think, should return to the earth. Because then I become a part of like every living thing.
Yeah, but if you look at it that way, I mean, even a metal casket's going to break down eventually.
I want to be there quick, dude. I don't want to wait.
I'm trying to be some fertilizer.
Yeah, dude.
No. Yeah.
That's 100% how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a joke. I'm not like doing a bit here. Like,
So you want to be cremated
no, not necessarily.
or just like in a pine box?
Not
Like,
even
not
pine,
embalmed,
dude.
just
put
throw
me
me in
right in the ground.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Old Western style, dude? Dig a
Naked.
6-foot hole, throw me in?
No clothes.
I would do that for you.
I appreciate that.
I would bury you naked, buddy.
Right in the ground. I don't want to be wrapped up or anything.
I got you.
Thank you.
I'll even give you one little
I need to
send-off.
put that in my like final request for the sheriff's office.
Yeah, I'm sure that would go over well.
The only
Open casket, but butt naked, and then I want to be buried without the casket and return it so my wife doesn't have to pay for it.
Exactly.
That'd be
Exactly,
something, dude.
dude.
Like if there was just a table, like a fold-out plastic table, like we need, like we do a picnic on, you know, and you're just laying there, like,
Just push the table over and I roll off into the hole.
yeah, it's just like, huh. It's bigger than he made it out to be.
Hell, you can bury me out here if you want.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like being for real, I think it'd be cool to be buried on your own property. Like, I know it's just property, you know, like it's just a place that you were at, but like my grandparents, my great grandparents lived here. My grandparents, my mom, my kids run around here. Like the boys killed their first turkey out here. I killed my first deer here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like this land is the land that, like, again, going back to like the circle of life, dude. Like, you participated in the circle of life here.
yeah,
So for you to finish that out and make the full like cycle of giving back to this land and this place with your body, with your vessel,
yeah,
that's cool to me.
yeah. That, I mean, I get that. That is neat.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're always going to be a part of the progress here,
Yeah.
you know? So I get that.
Yeah, dude.
Just don't even bury me. Just leave me laying out.
Hell yeah. Just toss my carcass in the wood line.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of, it really grinds my gears, son, that the government can say, like, okay, and I know we obviously work for the local government. I get that.
Yeah.
And it's necessary for the local government to have funds in order to keep, to maintain a certain comfort for its citizens, right? So,
Yeah.
but there's nothing more aggravating to me that the amount that we pay per annum is dictated by a group of people who don't live on it. Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, I get it. Like, in order for a certain comfort as a citizen, either you're going to do it yourself and keep up your land yourself and keep that. That'd be like, imagine the roadways, right? Like, I know people gripe about them, but like, imagine the roadways if there was no government and we had to keep them up ourselves.
That would suck.
Exactly.
So
You see what I'm saying? So there's a certain amount of comfort
yes,
that we are given by
there
the
is
government.
an expectation, though, for I give something, I get something.
Yes. Yes.
And that money should not be squandered. I think on a local level, it's much easier to like notice the benefits.
Yes, 100%.
When you look at the waste and the fraud and the
Federally.
dude,
Oh, yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah. That's why, like, when it comes to voting and things like that, I feel like the most important involvement is your local politics.
Yes.
Because you know the people.
Yeah.
You can go, like, it's not strange for, like, I couldn't just be like, hey, Donald.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if we talk to a couple people at work, like, we could get in the ear of anybody here and just at least voice our concerns. They may
Yes.
not listen, but at least we get to talk to them and we can ask them questions.
Yeah.
And it's like, as far as your everyday life and how you, aside from your federal taxes and like state highways and stuff, like, you can that's how you shape your society.
Yeah.
Is through your like I'm not big on politics, but like local politics, I certainly am.
Yes.
I think it's a huge deal
Absolutely.
because that's who's going to make the decision with the money directly to you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Greenway.
That's what affects your daily life.
Yes. Yeah. So I think it's a huge deal.
Absolutely.
But like, I think it's insane that if at any point the federal government thinks, oh, okay, well, it'd be nice to put a highway right here by this mountain, that they could just come through here and take all of our stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Our local government's not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but you're right. Our local government is not going to do that.
Yeah, and it's not like some kind of nefarious. I don't know what the federal government's doing. You know what I mean? But I've talked to the people face to face in conversation that are making decisions and voting and stuff on our, and they're not like some global elite that's like trying to pump up central banking and
absolutely.
You know what I mean? They're just normal people.
Yeah.
Which is that's a big deal. That's why I'm not even like when it comes to president and stuff, dude. I'm not even gonna waste the time and gas to go deal with that.
Yeah.
But like the local election the other day, the first day I missed the first day, but the second day of early voting, I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I just think we should be more active as citizens in our local communities.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, but like, it's hard for me to see a point in voting in a presidential election anymore.
Yeah.
Because either way, you're voting for what the invisible power structure wills to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, and it's like, how much effect is that actually having on you?
Yeah. I mean,
You know what I mean?
It's the same creature with a different face. You can either get screwed over in red or you can get screwed over in blue.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's all we're talking about.
Well, and if you really, like, as far as like, yeah, it's your annual income, the taxes and stuff you pay is significant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on a national scale of all the money that flows in and out of the U.S., you're not one bullet for a freaking soldier, dude, and your taxes are done.
Yeah.
Which is not that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Right? If I say, hey, Boog, I know you're running this country. I'm going to sell you this Bible right here that my buddy's company manufactures.
Mm-hmm.
It probably takes $5 to print this.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm going to do for you. You as an individual, I'm going to sell you this with your government contract for $500 or $600.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just working the deal, and it's going to keep us both out of trouble. So my buddy's going to manufacture this for you. You're going to give him $600. He's going to kick us back $200 a piece on this $4 piece of stuff.
Yeah.
That is what happens, dude.
Oh, here's what also happens. I'll buy that Bible, and you know what? I'll buy, I don't know, 20% of the company. And what I'm going to do as the elected official, that's the only Bible we're using now.
Yeah.
That's
The
a
insider
standard issue
trading
Bible.
stuff, yeah.
Anything else, can't use it.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy that's even possible.
Insane.
And the more insane part is they're just doing it out in the open now.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like it's not a thing.
Insane.
Like whenever all the Boeing stuff went on, you know, like it's like
Boeing, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin.
Well, and I mean, if you're a higher up elite official in the U.S. government, like you're way up there making these decisions, you're probably making an exuberant amount of money every year.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever you do, whether it be massive or small, is going to be just a little blip on the radar for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, look at how massive the Epstein files are.
Yeah.
How many times do you hear it talked about now? It's basically already over as far as the public light shining on it.
Yeah.
Like, I know people that we follow and, like, our discussions and stuff, it's still very...
Yeah, but, like, in the news.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
it's
just like, well, whatever. That's why I think that's why I think that's how Trump operates. Like he's like, I'll just say it. It's gonna. Why are we trying to hide behind this? Like, just say it and then we'll move on.
that, and I think he floods the zone. I don't know if you're familiar with like that lingo.
No.
But the idea is like it's sort of like a misinformation, disinformation technique. Is that like you can only really focus on like one thing at a time.
Yeah.
So if I gave you like 17 things that were all crazy,
Yeah.
and I'm implicated in like one of them, but I gave you 17 other things to think about,
Yes.
like that one thing that makes me look really bad is that that's no longer as big of a concern as if it was the only thing. If that was the one thing to like really worry about, you go, hey man, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
But if I give you
Just information overload.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know you're right. Just give him as much information, too much information to handle, and we won't have to worry about it.
Yeah. War with Iran, Venezuelan operation,
Paranormal
UAPs,
stuff. Or not paranormal. That's
Epstein files.
Yeah.
Like that's flooding the zone.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole what is it, like DMT stuff?
Oh yeah, they just like they're doing something to improve like Ibogaine treatment.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I watched a documentary on Ibogaine treatment the other day.
I don't know enough. I don't know
DJ
hardly.
Shipley was in
Yeah,
it.
I don't know hardly anything about like the actual Ibogaine itself.
Yeah, it's a hallucinogenic.
Yeah.
It's very similar to like ketamine. I think they do ketamine treatment with the Ibogaine. What I understand it to do is, you know, growing up, your brain is very like pliable, and that's where like when you're a child, you form pathways for your brain to work. Mm-hmm. You see A, you think B, and then when you go through something traumatic, you get stuck on A to B.
Yeah.
So then you forget that C, D, E, F all the way to Z exist.
Yes.
So you get stuck in this pathway of A to B, and that is stimulus to a certain reaction. And what I understand the ketamine and the Ibogaine treatments to do is kind of wipe out that pathway. So then you're open to forming new pathways. So then you can see all of your other options. So it's not just like, especially with PTSD, is like what I've learned about PTSD is a lot of it is something that should be like a pretty normal stressor becomes like inflated in such a way that you're almost going through like a survival response to like a normal stress. So then you have this like overblown reaction because you're going straight from stimulus to the reaction will help you survive this encounter.
Yeah.
When really it's just, I can't find my 10 millimeter socket. You know?
Yeah. So it's a reaction to, like, essentially what you're saying is it closes off, like, PTS closes off your options and how to respond to the stress. Not necessarily the situation, just the stress type.
Yes.
And then you go straight to whatever response it was that got you through it the first time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Because, like, I think that's one thing that we underestimate as humans is, like, an overload of stress is an overload of stress. Like, it doesn't matter if it comes from, you're cooking a meal for a bunch of your friends and you burnt the cake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, that's kind of a silly example, but like,
no, it's a great example.
You know what I mean?
Because it's like stupid things like that. Things that you should be able to deal with.
Yeah.
That get you spun up and you're getting like enraged over something really simple.
Yeah.
And it's because you have this like heightened response to that stress.
So do you think a lot of that comes from how we're told, like, certain situations, like, oh yeah, it's life or death all the time. Like, you've got to really be ready to die. Like, it's like in the job, I guess.
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's a lot of it is that, especially for cops, we become hyper vigilant while we're at work.
yeah,
And I like personally for me, I've gone through this is like I've had times where I have a really hard time turning that off when I'm not on the clock.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like I'll be at home and I'm tuned up, dude. Like I'm watching the door, waiting for somebody to break into my house and like,
yeah,
come in and like cut my head off. And really, I should be able to sit down and relax and kind of enjoy my evening at
Yeah.
home with my family. But I'm spun up.
yeah. The only thing that helped me with, not only thing, but it was like, because I'm of the mindset of like, okay, right now, we're sitting here in the studio doing this podcast.
Yeah.
All the doors are unlocked. Like, our guns are in here, yeah, but they're not like on us. You know what I mean? Like, we're comfy.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody breaks in here with a gun to kill me, it was just my time to go. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
whatever. It's just not like. I think for me, like thinking that my life is some kind of like huge significance before, like I was this big deal in my head, like everybody thinks, you know, like they're the main character in their story,
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, it is
Like-
crazy. It's insane.
Now, like to my kids, of course, like I'm a very large character in their story. Like I'm their dad, you know,
Yeah.
or like my parents, I'm their son, or like, you know, I'm your friend, and like our brother, however you want to put it, my brother Daniel, like I'm his big brother. Like it's like the influence I have there is huge, but
Yeah.
it's like the preservation of life itself for us. Like I think we worry about it too much.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And like for me, I think it's always about like other people. Like if I die, I can't protect the people that I love.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like realizing that like I think a lot of us take on the idea that like for me, I know personally, like that's how I saw myself is that really the only value that I have as a human is I'm a protector.
Yeah.
And that's like simply like not the case.
No.
Like
no.
that's something I do. That's part of my job. That's part of like it's
Your
a part
role.
of who I am.
Yeah.
But that's not the entirety of who I am or where I get my value as a person
Yes.
from.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like trying to shift that and like working on those kinds of things have really helped me with like the hypervigilance. Cause like I said, like I would be tuned up at the house, like can't focus on anything. And like the only thing I could do to relax was get absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
And that became a problem. But like working it through it, like with like therapy and stuff and like getting into the Bible, like has helped that a ton.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like working on the hypervigilance is like the main thing that's like helped me to be like happier and like free of that stuff.
Yeah.
So if like there's anything that I can like tell somebody who's like struggling with that is what's worked for me is like I had to like remind myself like before I ever got out of my cruiser, like especially coming home from work, like I had to like tell myself like, all right, like Deputy Berg stays in the car. Like Isaiah's going home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like remind myself like, all right, this is a place where I'm safe. This is a place where like my family loves me and cares for me. And if something does happen, then I can only do what I can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And like that little reminder and like remembering to just like breathe and like let that stuff like kind of go, you know? That's helped a lot.
See, I think that goes to like how I always say, like I don't want to be doing this long enough to where the job becomes who I am.
Yeah.
Because that's not the case.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this, even if you're towards retirement or maybe you're retired already or whatever, like the job is not you. It's what you did or what you do or whatever. Like we get so, because it's easy to hang on to, right? Especially if you make like you leave quite a large footprint at your agency or in, I mean, it doesn't even have to be in law enforcement, whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
Like it's a means for you to conduct yourself in a normal manner. It's a means to who you're supposed to be. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's not who you are. So I know it's not who I am. It's just something I'm doing right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So and that's why I think I'm gonna have I'm gonna be in it for a long time, because I mean, obviously I've already been in it for a long time, but it's
Yeah.
I'll be in it. I won't be in it because I feel like I have to be.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I wish that for everybody.
Like I want to do this job as long as I want to do this job.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like coming to terms with the fact that like it's a profession and it's not something that I owe.
Yes.
It's not like a debt
Mm-hmm.
that I have to pay. It's just something I do.
Yeah. And it's like it was a big thing for me, is like it's definitely not a debt my family should have to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So like carrying the weight of it is like, and I know we're a pretty small town agency, I guess you'd say, on the grand scheme of things, but like
look at the last couple of years in a small town agency. Even
I know, dude.
It's been marked by tragedy.
Yeah.
Here lately.
Well, and I also feel like the way our family perceives it, they're going to perceive it the way that we talk about it and how we feel about it. You know what I mean? Whereas if we're like, look, man, like if something happens, it wasn't because of the job, it wasn't because of the person who did it to us. Like, is that person like a tool of evil? Yes, of course. But like, it was time.
Yeah.
We're bound by time right now, so it's like, it was the time for it to happen. And I know a lot of people don't like Seth doesn't agree with me on that. To an extent, like with the events that have happened, like he's like, no, that wasn't supposed to happen. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter if it was supposed to or not. It did. Like, and there's nothing we can do to change that. And it's like realizing how little control we actually have is gold for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But realizing how much control you do have,
yes,
is also a good thing.
Yeah.
As far as like your own perspective.
Because you can get extreme with it, and that's like something that I've fallen into before. Is like I've gotten to like really hopeless places where like I feel like have you seen Castaway?
No.
Well, there's
I've heard of it, but no, I'm not seeing it.
Basically Tom Hanks gets stranded on an island.
Is that the
He
basketball
makes a raft
deal?
A volleyball, yeah.
Where he
Wilson, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe
But
I have.
there's like an extensive scene where he's on the water in this raft, and there's like this storm, and like he's just kind of like at the mercy of the ocean.
Yeah.
And like it's easy for me to slip into that feeling of like life is happening to me. Like the trials and the tribulations, the tragedies are just something that I have to sit here and like weather.
Yeah.
And it feels like sometimes like you forget that you have choices, So like on the other end of that, like it's important to remember that you do have the power to affect your life and the world around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and it's because we forget the things that we do have control of, right? Like you have control of what you eat, which means you have control of the way you look.
Yeah.
And how you feel.
Absolutely.
You have control of what goes into your brain, right?
Yeah.
You can pick up a book or you can pick up a phone.
Yeah.
Which granted, both of those have inputs of external sources, but like you have the ability to choose what gets your attention and what doesn't get your attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so much you control as far as your own being goes, like that we don't think about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or we take the easy route most of the time. That's why it's that way, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's really easy for me to eat like 10 cheeseburgers because they're delicious.
Yeah.
Whenever really I probably shouldn't be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
It's real easy for me to say, oh, my back hurts today, or like my shoulders or my legs or whatever. Like, I'm a little banged up in my knee, so I'm not going to work out today. It's a lot
Yeah.
easier to choose that.
Just gonna take it easy.
Yeah. Whereas if there's a harder choice and you choose the harder choice, it's never wrong usually.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you think about it, if you're at a crossroads in your life and you are like, I can go this way and it'll be a lot easier, or I can go this way and it's just so tough.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can make it. Aside from dying, you can make it through anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if you choose that harder path, you're going to learn the harder lessons, which means you are going to be a harder individual. You go this way, you're going to be, I mean, it's just math. You're going to be soft if you go this way, which means you can't do as much as you could if you went the hard way.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying just make everything extremely hard on purpose, but like do something.
Yeah. It's like the philosopher and poet Kanye West once said,
Yeah.
you can live through anything if magic made it.
Yeah. I didn't know he said that, but I'm not a Kanyeite, so I don't know a lot about old Kanye other than
This new album goes off, dude.
yeah.
I'm enjoying it. It's a good one.
I need to listen to
banger.
it more. I've only listened to like 2 songs on it
It's good.
that you told me to listen to. Like one, like obviously the King one, and then is it Father? Is that what the one's called?
Yeah.
Those are the 2 that I know. Or
Those
I don't
off.
really know them, but I've listened to them. So
I love Kanye, dude.
yeah.
I think Kanye is like really like he's a misunderstood genius.
I like that he's such a free thinker.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him. Now that I do know.
Yeah.
You know.
It's cool to listen to him talking like if you can get past like the antics and like really listen to what he's saying, it's cool. Like he's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
He's got, I think, important things to say.
Well, and I like that he's not afraid to say things that are extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's becoming more prevalent now, but used to people would just like suppress their feelings and what they think, you know?
Yeah.
And I think he is a major like eye opener to people as far
For
as
sure.
it goes to that, like suppression and things.
Yeah.
But I think that's about wrapping it up today.
Yeah. We've been at it for a while.
Yeah.
Let's call it, dude.
Got anything for the people, Boog?
Thank you for watching. Like seriously, this is usually where like people like tune out. I know like I tune out, but every single every single share. If you like this podcast, I bet 2 or 3 of your friends like it. So send it to them, share it, put it on your Instagram story. Every little thing helps us to keep doing this and to get more eyeballs on what we're doing. If you think this is important work, we think it's important work. So we appreciate everything you can do to help.
Yeah, absolutely. Throw some questions down there. Like, become part of the conversation. And then, I mean, really, you really could literally become part of the conversation. Like, you're welcome to come. We love you guys. Peace. I don't know why I said peace on the other one and on this one. Apparently, I'm just real peaceful today.
Hell yeah.